Hi, I'm Dirk. I'm from the Netherlands. I work in red teaming, or well, basically security research, pen testing, training, bit of a mix of everything, but mostly offensive security. It's a nice city. I haven't seen much of it. I've been traveling between the hotel and the conference center, but it's a really pretty city, and I really loved it to see it from the boat yesterday. So it's my first time here, but I'll definitely come back another time to explore a bit more in the neighborhood here. Yeah, so I gave a talk about Windows Hello for Business, which is a passwordless authentication method that Microsoft uses, and I talked really about the implementation details in Azure AD, in the ways that red teams can use this or abuse this for persistence, and also really shining light on how it works under the hood. Some vulnerabilities that were in there that were patched by Microsoft recently. So really just explaining how it works and raising awareness on how these methods actually work instead of just like the marketing things that you normally see if you read the product documentation, basically. Yeah, so I always try to look at how things work. So I started with like how Windows registers itself, like how Windows talks with Azure AD, what kind of credentials are present, and then if you use some of the features, then it will start using Windows Hello because it's one of the options that a lot of companies use. Then I'm always curious, like how does it work? How is this protocol secured? Is it really as secure as people say it is? And I also like to create tools. So with this, I started like just creating it for my own tools, so that my own tools could also do this kind of authentication, because it's kind of a special way of authenticating towards Azure AD. I wanted to have it in my tools, and then implemented some parts of the protocol, and then usually I get some ideas. I can change some things here, maybe make it do a little misbehaving, I guess. Just do some parts in a different way that they were intended, and then either I find something or I find nothing, and then I continue to the next, or I find some nice vulnerabilities, and then I can talk about it and explain it to people how it really works. Yeah, so it's a bit of a mix of both. The design isn't optimal. The implementation of the design definitely wasn't optimal because there were some vulnerabilities in there, which are now patched. There's still some remaining things that could be an issue. So mainly, I also want to have defenders be aware of how things work and not just assume that everything that you see is like legitimate or okay, and to question like these things like a Windows Hello for Business key, like a private key, where is it stored? How do I know that it's actually a secure one? Is it a secure one? Is it someone doing malicious things? Like if you don't know about the options as a defender, like how are you gonna detect it? Because if you don't know how it works, you don't know what the consequences are and what like threat actors could be doing with it. Yeah, so purple teaming, for me, it's really useful because it's a very efficient way of improving your security, because like you can do a pen test and then you just find vulnerabilities. You can do a red team and then you spend a lot of time like doing things stealthily. But with the red team, like it's a long period. It's usually quite expensive for companies, and in the end, there may not be that much that the blue team learns from it. So if you really get together with someone who knows detection very well, someone who knows the offensive parts very well, and they can demonstrate all the attacks, they can see what defenses trigger, what don't trigger. So I'm a big fan of purple teaming, and I think it's a really efficient way to basically improve the security of any organization. Oh yeah, it's really awesome. I love meeting all the people here. A lot of people I know, a lot of people I haven't met yet before, but that I know from like social media, Twitter, other conferences. So it's really nice to meet them in person and to socialize with them, to talk with them. So I enjoyed it a lot here. So I'll definitely be back for the next edition.